In any job, a typical day would involve a mixture of all four language skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Consider any professional in any field: a doctor, a nurse, a plumber, an engineer, a lawyer, a musician, a movie maker, just to mention a few. Those language skills play a fundamental role, and the same holds true in a classroom. Because these skills are important in all content areas, not just in English class, it is essential to integrate literacy skills into content area classrooms. A classroom should provide students with fiction and non-fiction books, scientific journals, maps, poems, biographies, and many others. By reading different genres, authors, and topics, the students expand their vocabulary and make connections between different subjects. However, reading alone is not sufficient. Students must create their own writings. A variety of opportunities must be offered in every classroom. Writing helps students share their thinking, collaborate with others, and solve problems. While reading and writing serve the purpose of acquiring and delivering information, listening and speaking are equally essential. The presence of different type of recordings is beneficial for students to understand the variety of topics, including subject-specific words, styles, and accents. Finally, speaking activities including discussions, speeches, oral presentations, and interviews play a fundamental role and allow students to acquire the skills to communicate to different audiences, delivering the same message in many different ways depending on the target and the purpose of the speech. In this process, the teachers guide and support students. Most children learn language by osmosis, absorbing words and their meaning. The teacher can help students become better writers by creating a language-rich environment that facilitates that process. The classroom must be full of books, magazines, articles, comic books, and poems. Every student, regardless of their interests, should be able to find something to read and write about. The more material students read, the more sophisticated their critical thinking becomes. First, students read to learn, but at some point, the teachers start to ask them, what do other sources say? This helps students develop the ability of lateral reading and think like fact checkers. In the era of artificial intelligence, the chance of encountering misinformation on the web or social media is increasingly high. Critical thinkers are able to question authenticity by verifying the information using multiple sources. Students will naturally develop strategies to perform deep fake analysis, questioning images and videos in the same way they question texts. The classroom must be a place where students find material to facilitate the acquisition of those skills. For example, a classroom where students can find more than one book about the same topic facilitates the process of becoming critical thinkers. At the same time, the classroom must contain material to give multiple opportunities to students with disabilities, both physical and cognitive. A literacy rich environment helps them understand the utility of language in an intentional, purposeful, and intensive way.